And a good Sunday morning to you. I'm 19 First Alert weather meteorologist Andy Chili, and here in the weather office, we're tracking a 19 First Alert weather day for later this evening. And so right now, I just want to give you an update of what's going on right now and what we're going to be getting later on this evening so that you're prepared on a weekend, on a Sunday. You may be out and about today, and so we've got some stuff to talk about. So thanks again for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying your day so far. Let's look at First Alert Doppler right now, and you can see we've got some non-severe showers that have been moving through the area. Overall, it's been a pretty damp morning. We saw a break in the rain for a lot of us for an hour, maybe two, but some of that's now moving back in. And so our dampest spots are really right through the heart of Cuyahoga County right now. Down towards Medina County, Lorain County, we're seeing some of this activity down 71 as well. Again, all this is not severe, just more of a nuisance than anything, leading to some damp roads, brief heavy rain at times. Definitely some breaks in the steadier rain back towards Erie and Huron counties, just a little bit of scattered sprinkles or drizzliness. And then over to the east as well, we've seen some of those showers at least take a break for a time in Ashtabula, but a new round coming your way. So either way, this is what we're looking at as of right now. Now, where's the severe weather, you may ask? Well, it's all the way back across parts of Missouri right now, and actually there's nothing severe warned, but that's where the cold front is, and out ahead of that is where we are watching the potential for some severe weather. So that's what is going to be watched over much of the country really for the next couple of days. This is a very large and powerful storm system, so it's not just northeast Ohio that's getting the brunt of the severe weather, but really across a lot of the nation as well. So we have our 19 First Alert weather day, which is really a 19 First Alert weather evening from 8 p.m. to around 2 a.m. and that's where there's the potential anyway for some severe thunderstorms across our area. We're going to be looking at a line of storms to move through. Do want to stress that while we have the alert through this time period, the worst of it is not going to last the entire time. It would be about an hour or two in any one location. So timing things out for your Sunday if you're out and about today, church services this morning, grocery store, for example, this afternoon. From now through about midday, 2 o'clock at the latest, we'll see these continued showers. It'll be breezy, but there's nothing severe out there. We will get some dry time today, though, from about early afternoon, 2 o'clock through around 8. Maybe an isolated shower or two, but these are going to be our best hours of the day where we're mostly dry. There'll be a breeze out there and temperatures will be in the 60s. And then we need to watch what happens after 8 p.m. through around 2 a.m. There's going to be that line of storms approaching from the west, moving across the region during this time frame, and this is where the weather could be severe. Now, it does look like the line will be trying to weaken as it approaches our area. I'd say the absolute worst of the severe weather is going to be across northwest Ohio, back over into Indiana, even southwest Ohio down towards Dayton, Cincinnati. But the atmosphere is not quite as unstable in our area. The biggest thing, though, is even with the lack of instability, it's going to be occurring after dark. There's a lot of wind, there's a lot of spin in our atmosphere, and so this can keep the severe threat going. So that's why we're alerting you right now during that time frame. The main risks with any storms would be heavy rainfall and damaging wind gusts, but I can't rule out an instance or two of some large hail and a brief spin-up tornado or two. Large hail, especially if we get an individual storm cell, and a brief spin-up tornado. Like I said, there's a lot of wind and spin in our atmosphere, so that could spin up very quickly, and then as soon as it does so, it can spin back down. So something to be aware of as we head through this time frame. If you follow things like the Storm Prediction Center, you see these bright, colorful maps. I'm going to show you that right now. Looks like I'm still on First Alert Doppler on our thing. We're on weather too, by the way. I just realized this. This is there we go. Thank you. So do want to take you back a little ways as it looks like we were stuck on First Alert Doppler again. We're kind of experimenting with a new thing here, so want to take you back onto that as we have our risk for severe weather that's going to be later this evening. So this is a graphic I was showing earlier. Again, we're going to be pretty quiet from about 2 to 8 o'clock here, an isolated shower, and then remaining breezy as we head from 2 to 8 o'clock, and then again that line of storms moving through from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. First Alert weather day, though, again, the main risk would be heavy rainfall, damaging wind gusts, and again, can't rule out a brief risk for some larger hail or a brief spin-up tornado as well. So now I want to take you to that severe risk that's highlighted. This is from the Storm Prediction Center. Look at how massive this level 3 out of 5 risk is. So this is a risk that includes really a better part of the country, extends all the way down through the south and east, and does extend into central western Ohio. So even in Columbus, right on the edge of this, down 71, but this level 3 risk has been expanded a little bit further into our region, and so that is where we have the potential for that line maybe holding together a bit more and then beginning to weaken as it goes further to the east. But still, a level 2 risk needs to be respected. When you're in at least a level 2 risk, oftentimes there will probably be a watch issued, probably going to be a tornado watch, but I can't specify that so far in advance. Just be aware and a heads up, a reminder, a watch is when the ingredients are in place for something to happen. A warning is when the severe risk is imminent, and so that's when you need to start thinking about taking shelter. But we don't have any watches or warnings right now, so we just have to see how the atmosphere is going to play out. One big limiting factor with this is if we stay cloudy through the day, if we see a little bit more rain maybe than expected this afternoon, that can really reduce the instability. But again, the atmosphere is still primed, a lot of wind to keep some of these storms going. So I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you. I know the First Alert Future View may help you out a little bit, so let's show you what's going on. We've got those widespread, frequent showers for this morning. And then notice by 1 o'clock, those are moving off to the east. We have a decent break in the rain back to the west. There's still maybe an isolated shower or two from mid to late afternoon, but notice 3, 4, 5 o'clock, there's really not much going on. And if we do see a brief shower, it would not be severe, excuse me. So really, if their best hours of the day are going to be 3 o'clock to around 6, 7 o'clock, where there's not much going on. It'll be breezy. It'll be still pretty mild, not quite as warm as yesterday, but we'll be in the 60s. And then here we go, 6, 7 o'clock. There's that line coming from the west. And so this evening, Jason Nicholas, when he's on, he'll be tracking this line coming in. And so here's 8 o'clock in our far western counties, and continues to move to the east. Notice again, the worst of the weather is only about an hour or two in any one location. 10 o'clock, it gets closer to 77. This particular model tends to break the line up a bit and shows maybe some more individual cells. That's where we could get more of a hail risk and a brief spin-up tornado. But either way, it's moving off to the east, and then by about midnight or so, the worst is out of our area. But I've put the ending of the alert time until 2 a.m. Just to give us a couple hours of buffer just in case. After that, though, after midnight, after 2 a.m. especially, there's really not much going on. The rest of the overnight's going to be quiet. It's still going to be breezy and still pretty mild. And then as we start the day tomorrow, a heads up, this is the actual cold front itself. So we're going to see a line of showers moving across for the morning commute. This would not be severe, but dress appropriately tomorrow. You may be headed out the door, work in school. You think it's not that cold. It's still pretty mild. But behind this front, temperatures are going to crash. By midday, we're already going to be in the 40s, and then by the time the evening commute's rolling around, we're in the low to mid 40s. It'll still be blustery from the northwest, and then by sunset, we're going to be close to 40, if not in the 30s, so temperatures basically dropping all day. So especially when you head out in the evening, if you are headed out, it's going to be jacket, coat type weather, as we're going to be a lot colder out there, and we will start to chill down. So either way, I'm joining you on digital. Nothing imminent right now. But because we have a 19 First Alert Weather Day, we always like to keep you updated. Again, I want to go through a couple of those graphics we didn't quite get up earlier. So again, timing things out for you from about now through around 2 o'clock. We'll have some showers out there. It'll be breezy, but nothing severe. 2 to 8 p.m., our quietest hours, or maybe an isolated shower or two, but we're mainly dry awaiting that storm line. And then from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., the line of storms moves west to east. Again, it may slowly weaken as it does so, but we have to respect a severe risk. While instability may not be very high, the spin and shear is what we call in our atmosphere is, and that's what could keep the storms going. But a reminder that it only lasts for about an hour or two in any one location. Meanwhile, we do have the main risk being heavy rain and damaging wind gusts, but can't rule out some large hail or tornadoes as well. And that front that we're tracking is still back in Missouri right now. So it's all the way back to the west, so we have to give this several hours for this to move through, for storms to develop. We need breaks in the clouds here. Individual cells will be forming across the Midwest, so that's really where the tornado risk is highest, and then this will be moving and congealing more into a line into our area. So that's what's going on today. Your First Alert 7-day has a lot more ups and downs. I want to show that to you right now. We're going to see temperatures crashing tomorrow. It's going to be much chillier as we head throughout the day, but a dry afternoon. Tuesday, April Fool's Day, no joke with this forecast though, chillier, 39 degrees. At least it'll be dry though. Morning clouds give way to some afternoon sunshine. And then Wednesday is the next day we're going to need to watch. Right now we don't have an alert, but that very well may change. Our latest data coming in saying we could see another round of some severe storms on Wednesday. Instead of going from warm to cold, we're going to be going from cold to warm. So a warm front's going to cross, and oftentimes at any front really, warm or cold, in this case the warm front will be the focus for some showers and storms, which may be severe. So Wednesday we're going to watch that. We'll issue an alert day as necessary. We want to focus on this one tonight though first. And then just an unsettled pattern. Showery on Thursday, Friday and Saturday, a couple lingering showers. We're mild for a couple days Wednesday and Thursday, and then getting back close to seasonable Friday and Saturday. We should be in the mid-50s this time of year, so we've certainly been all over the place this month. We'll finish much warmer than average, which is something we certainly can't say for the past couple of months, January and February. But either way, with the brief cold snaps, we've been warmer than normal this month. April, though, looks to start cooler, and signs are pointing to potentially an extended stretch of much cooler than normal temperatures once we get to this weekend and beyond. So for that first full week of April next week, we could be dealing with much cooler than average temperatures. But either way, stay safe. Just a reminder, make sure you have ways to get warning. Our 19 First Alert Weather app is a good tool to have. Make sure that you're alerting friends, family. Mobile homes are not the best place to be during a tornado or really any strong straight line wind. So if a watch is issued, that's when you need to start thinking about maybe how do I go to some place that's a little bit safer to where you're in a sturdier shelter should any type of warnings be issued. But right now, no watches or warnings in effect. We will wait to see how the day goes on. We'll be here in the weather office. I'm here now, and Jason Nicholas will be in here later on to talk about what's going on, and you can join us on 19 News. And of course, we'll have updates as necessary through our digital platforms. Have a good rest of your day and stay safe.